said something like last week.
Hey Jerome, my name is Deanna. I'm your personal trainer today. So basically I come up with a whole routine for you. We're going to be starting off with some fitness assessments first, and then we're going to be going into a warm-up, into our cardio, resistance training, and then ending off with a nice stretch. So I've kept in mind all of your goals when creating this program, which is decreasing your waistline, just getting overall healthier weight. And I've also kept in mind your lower back issues, okay? So we're going to come over to the fitness testing area, and we're just going to start off with that. Does this sound good? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Great. Any questions? Okay. We're just going to start off, I'm just going to start off by explaining why fitness testing is something we're going to be doing. Basically, it helps us see kind of where you're at physically, and we can also come back to this anytime to check your goals, anything like to check your goals, see how you're doing, and see kind of how my work here has helped improve your fitness. So we're just going to start off with the sit and reach test, which measures your forward trunk flexion. And the reason we're going to be testing some of your flexibility today is because it helps us see some joint instabilities that could be there, or muscle instabilities as well. And so we're just going to help. It's going to help us see or prevent you from getting injuries. So, anyways, we're going to be starting. We're going to take your shoes off. Just pretend you did.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, we're going to be taking your shoes off, and usually you warm up for about 5 to 10 minutes before doing this, but right now we're kind of on a time constraint. So you're just going to press your feet towards the machine, keep your legs nice and flat on the ground, put your hands up, and then when you go down, you're going to inhale, and then exhale, drop your arms as far as you can, and you're going to put your head to your arms, and just hold that for 2 seconds. Perfect. Okay, and we're going to do that twice, and we're going to get your middle result, okay? Good job. All right, so your results today are 4 centimeters, and that is unfortunately below the 10th percentile, but the reason you might be experiencing some tightness in your hamstrings, it could be because of your low back problems, so that could explain why maybe this is lower than it should be. But with some daily stretching and stretching at the end of your workouts, we're definitely going to bring this number up for sure. Okay, so now we're going to be doing the push-up protocol. So I want to see you do some push-ups first, just to check your form. Okay. All right, so you're arching your back a little bit. Try and keep your body a little bit more straight and engage that core too. Okay, so basically for the push-ups, we're going to be lying flat on our step neck with your hands directly underneath your shoulders, and use rolling your toes under, and they're going to be your pivot. So then we're just going to extend your arms all the way up, keeping your body nice and straight. Make sure you're not locking those arms. You're going to push your body all the way down, touch your chin to the ground, push all the way back up. Okay, so do as many of those as you can. Okay, 1, 2. All right, so you completed 2 successfully, which again is a little bit lower than it should be. You're below the 10th percentile again with that. So again, that's not where we want to be. But a reason you could be a little bit lower in this is because maybe with your lower back problems, you don't know how to exercise correctly without straining your back, which is completely understandable. So again, with working out with me weekly, it's definitely going to help increase this. So I'm sure that we'll see results for this pretty quickly.
Okay.
All right, so now we're going to be moving on to the warm-up. So we're just going to head over to the treadmill, okay? All right, so you're just going to step up onto the treadmill. The first thing you're going to want to do is attach this to your shirt, just so that if you end up falling off or anything like that, it's just going to automatically stop the machine. So it's just a safety thing. And then you're going to be walking with your hands right here to measure your heart rate. And what you're going to want to do is to start it, you're just going to press go. And right here you can control your speed, but I'll help you with that and tell you what speed to go at, okay? So just hop on here and then press go whenever you're ready. Okay, so it counts you in. All right, so now we're just going to increase your speed a little bit, get you at a nice light walking pace. How's that feel so far?
Good.
Good? Okay. So, one of the acronyms I'm going to teach you today is FIT. It stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. So I want you to keep that in mind throughout the rest of the program because I'm going to be kind of talking about it a lot. Basically, you're going to be wanting to warm up before every single workout you do. So around like 1 to 3 times a week, you're going to be working out. And so it's important that you warm up because you're going to get all the blood flowing throughout your body. It's going to prevent injuries from lack of diverted blood flow. It's also going to get you a little bit more focused on your workout. And you're going to kind of pay attention to detail a little bit more, which is good. So yeah, again, 1 to 3 times a week before every single workout. As for the intensity, your maximum heart rate is a 169, which I calculated for you. So during this warm-up, it's going to be between 50 and 59% of your max heart rate, okay? So right now, we're just going to check your heart rate right now. All right, perfect. It's at around a 94 beats per minute. So that's right in the range we want to be. And another way we're going to measure intensity is using RPE, which stands for rate of perceived exertion. It's on a level from 6 to 20. I know it's a really weird scale, but 6 is no exertion at all, and 20 is maximal exertion, like you're about to die, like you've worked so hard. So again, we don't want to get too up there for the warm-up because we're just kind of getting the heart rate up there a little bit. So how would you say you are right now?
Probably like a 10.
A 10? Okay, so we're just going to lower that a little bit because that is on the higher end of the scale. During a warm-up, we want to be between 9 and 12. Okay? And as for the machine we're using, this is a treadmill, but you can also go on a stationary bike. You can walk like we're doing. You can warm up many different ways. And yeah, and as for the time, you're going to be warming up for about 5 to 10 minutes.
Perfect.
All right, so now we're just going to press the stop button. It's going to gradually take you down. And you see how it displays all of the stats of the workout, so your average pace, all that kind of stuff. So if you're ever doing cardio on here, that's a perfect thing to kind of measure how far you've gone. So next we're going over to cardio. We're going to be working on a stationary bike. Now I'm not going to use one of these stationary bikes because you do have lower back problems and I want to kind of stabilize your back a little bit more. So you're going to go over to this one with the seat option. Alright, so you're just going to hop on there. And what I want you to do is start pedaling. And I'm just going to start the machine up for you. Okay. So right now there's no resistance on here. So I'm just going to kind of up the resistance a little bit just so you're working a little bit harder because we want the heart rate to be up a little bit more.
Okay.
So do you remember what FIT stands for?
Frequency, intensity, time, and type?
Yes. So warming up, again, we're going to be cardio. We're going to be doing this around 1 to 3 times a week. Making sure you warm up before, as I said. And for your intensity, it's going to be about 55 to 64% of your max heart rate. So we're just going to check your heart rate right now. All right, perfect. It's around 104, which is again the kind of range we want you to be in for this.
Okay.
And if you're feeling that you're like not working hard enough or your heart rate or your RPE isn't where you want it to be, you can always increase or decrease the resistance. Now, how's your RPE?
Probably like 11 or 12.
Perfect. Again, we want to stay between 9 and 12 for cardiorespiratory as well because you are just a beginner. As for how you can do your cardio, we can do it, as I said, on the stationary bike, we can walk, we can swim, or we can also do a basic fitness class if you want to switch it up anytime. Okay. We're going to be doing this for around 15 to 30 minutes, again, starting off at the lower end because you are just a beginner. And yeah, so 15 to 30 minutes. Now your form looks really good. Your back's nice and flat against the chair, and it looks like your pace is really good as well. Good job. How's that feel?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
Alright, so the goal again, as I said, is to kind of increase your heart rate a little bit. And the benefits of this is it's going to increase your stroke volume, as well as going to decrease your resting heart rate. And it's also going to help you burn some of that fat that you want to take care of, which is again one of your goals. Alright, so now we're finished with our cardio. Now we're going to be moving on to resistance training. So come over here. So before we actually get into the resistance training, there's a few things I want to go over. Again, since you're a beginner, I'm going to be going over FIT with you as well. So frequency, you're going to be wanting to do resistance training around 2 to 3 times a week. You're going to be doing 12 to 15 repetitions of each exercise and 1 to 3 sets with about 30 seconds to 1 minute of rest. And as for the intensity, we're gonna go around a little bit less than 70% of your 1 rep max, because again, we are just a beginner. We're gonna be focusing on muscular endurance, again, as a beginner. And yeah, this should be around 30 to 45 minutes of work. As for the benefits of resistance training, it's going to build your muscle mass, which is very important. It'll help you with your everyday activities as well as your jobs, since you're doing a lot of physical activity. And also, when you lift weights, you're also going to be burning more calories even when you're not working out. And it helps, again, decrease that fat, which is a goal for you. And it kind of keeps you at a healthier weight, as well as it prevents your straining injuries with your muscles because you're going to be using them more. So it's not like minimal activity is going to exert your muscles too much, okay? Yeah. Perfect. So we're going to start off with the leg press right here. Okay, so we're just going to start by sitting down on it like this. Again, we have a nice padding for your back, which is good. So you're just going to put your legs on to this plate right here. You're going to want to have a 90-degree bend in your legs. Or your knees, sorry, and then you're going to want to make sure that your knees are in line with your toes, and your toes aren't pointing like this or out. You want your knees and feet in like this. You're going to grab onto the handles, and then you're just going to brace your core, and you're going to push the plate and extend your, oh, this is a little heavy. My bad. And you're just going to extend your legs out all the way. But we're going to make sure we're not going to lock those knees, because that's going to put strain on your knees. So remember not to lock them, and then bring them back to your beginning position with a 90-degree bend, okay? Okay. So I want you to get on here, and I want you to try that out for me. All right, so you're looking good. Your back's nice and pressed against here, and your knees are in line, and there's a nice 90-degree bend. Only thing I'm going to comment on is you're locking your knees when you're going down. Okay. So we're just going to keep a nice slight micro bend in there, because again, we want to make sure that those joints aren't being strained. Looking good. So this is going to work your rectus femoris. It's also going to work your vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, and vastus lateralis, aka your quads. And this is a compound movement, which means you're going to be moving multiple joints, not just a single joint movement. Okay. Okay? And keep going. Good job. Yeah, your form looks really nice. Okay, and this is really going to benefit all of your, as I said, your quadricep muscles. And building up your leg muscles is important because, again, it's going to help with everyday activities. And it's also going to help, as I said, with your really physical job. And all right, so now we're going to move on to our next exercise. So we're going to be coming over to the calf raise over here. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just get your shoulders nice and centered in the pads. We're going to grab onto here for some support, step up onto the platform, and then you're just going to extend your knees and your hips. Yeah, we're just going to change the weight. Okay, you're just going to extend your knees and hips, again keeping a nice slight bend in those knees. We don't want to lock them out. And then you're just going to extend your ankles as high as you can, and then bring them back down. Okay? Okay. All right, so I want you to get under there and try that. Good job. You're not locking your knees. All right, so this is going to work your gastrocnemius and your soleus. And it focuses on plantar flexion, and this is a single joint movement. All right, your form's looking really good. Your posture's nice. And as I said, I don't see any locking in your knees.
Why should I be doing this one?
This is really going to help with your explosive power. So it's going to benefit you every day, as well as if you keep lifting, it's really going to help you lift more because of your explosive. And it's also an area of your body that people tend to not really work as often, but it's definitely just as important. It's going to help with that nice muscle tone in your legs. Good job. And as I said, this is a single joint. And that's it. Good. All right. Now we're going to move on to our next exercise. It's going to be the chest press, okay? Okay. So we're going to sit down, plant your feet to the ground, back to the pad. And then you're going to hang onto the handlebars and make sure your elbows are parallel to the ground. And And then what you're gonna wanna do is exhale, push forward, making sure you're not locking your elbows again, and then bring it all the way back, really retracting that scapula, and then just keep doing that, okay? And you're gonna inhale on the way back, okay?
Okay.
All right, so your back is nice and pressed against the pad and your feet are nice and planted, but I want you to bring your elbows nice and parallel to the ground. That'll help you a lot.
Okay.
Good job. Looking a lot better.
That feels better.
Yeah. So this is going to work your pectoralis major as well as some of the muscles in your bicep group. Okay, and this is really going to help again improve your score on your push-up test that we didn't really do too well on today. But again, if you keep doing this regularly, it'll definitely help. Okay? You're doing really good. And this is a compound movement. Okay?
And zip.
Perfect. So now we're going to be moving on to a row, okay?
Okay.
So come on. How's it feeling so far?
Good.
Yeah?
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so alright, so we're just gonna switch focuses a little bit because people are on the machines that we're using. So we're gonna go over and do some ab work, okay?
I know for sure that I'm You're in, yeah, your machine works so many like pieces and stuff, right? Like this is like a full
One more. Alright, so we're gonna be doing a partial ab curl.
Okay.
Okay, and this is gonna work your rectus abdominis. So we're just gonna sit down, back flat on the ground, bend in the knees, and your feet are nice and planted. And then what you can do is you can keep your hands on your chest, on the back of your head. You can go like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be raising our shoulders, our upper body off of the ground, and contracting your rectus abdominis. So you can go to your knees, yep, and then we're going to roll all the way back down. Okay? Good job. So this again is going to be working your rectus abdominis, and that's one of the core muscles, and those are